Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Hello, thanks for teaming up with us. Golf Central, Todd Lewis with Brandel Chambly and Trip Eisenhower, and it was a duel final pairing. Sergio Garcia and Adam Scott tied for the lead at 9 under and drawing first blood. Adam Scott on the first hole.
It was a textbook golf swing, textbook 2 shots, put him about 15 feet away for birdie and just dripped this one in, and the tie was broken.
He gets to 10 under par, leading by 1. We move now to the 5th, the par 3.
Yeah, I could watch that golf swing all day long. So technically sound. And this week, well, first in greens in regulation, first in fairway proximity. This isn't a fairway, but it's a par 3, so I'm going to count that one. And a beautiful shot in there, 9 feet away. And this was the difference maker, Brandel, right here on the greens when he had to, making key putts.
His caddy, when that ball was in the air, the tee shot I'm talking about, said great shot. Of course, paid off with a birdie. And this one was setting up pretty nicely. And that whole location on the right was just begging for an aggressive play. And this, well, was his only miscue on the front 9. He had made birdie at 1, birdie at 5. But that miscue led to a bogey.
Move now to the 10th. From the rough here, a little chip and not his best.
Well, the club kind of flashed through there, and when that happens, you're going to catch kind of a flyer. That's exactly what happened to him. That's 20 feet by for par, but again, you're going to have some tough stretches. The 10th hole, one of the toughest par 4s you'll ever face, so 5's not necessarily a really bad thing there. He could have done more damage, but head to 11.
Makes bogey, and now he and Garcia are tied. We go to 11 now. Here's Garcia from 4 feet for par.
Well, he had opened with 10 straight pars, and a lot of those were because of great saves. He had missed the green to the right and inexplicably missed a 3-foot, 11-inch putt. And then this.
Oh, wow.
This is sick. Maybe the best shot of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that hole is way over on the right. No margin for error, up over the trees. There's actually water right of that green. We saw Ricky Fowler hit it in there, but Adam Scott, no problem with the water, and yet another birdie.
So he makes birdie, now the lead, back to 2. Here's Sergio on 14.
Birdieless, and even though Adam Scott hadn't stretched the lead out to an unsurmountable amount, it was time to hit a good shot. With a short iron in his hand, he did just that, and now then, to convert for his first birdie of the day and close the gap.
2-1. So now they move to 15. 15, 16, and 17, the bear trap. Remember what Adam Scott did on the 15th hole on Saturday? A quadruple bogey. Here's his tee shot.
And he backed away from this tee shot, I think rightfully so. He was a little jittery. He backed away, he calmed himself down, and hit the shot exactly where he needed to hit it, left of the hole. Much better than yesterday.
Yes, much better because he makes par. 2 putts from there. 16th hole, Sergio's 3rd from short of the green.
A surprising miss from the fairway, 175 yards out. And as bad as he hit his second shot, I think you could say the chip was almost just as bad.
And Adam Scott's been putting pretty well this week, but this is kind of a misstep.
Well, this is a misstep. Now, there's a slope right there. The ball has to go up, and it is slow. This is a slow putt. I've hit it. It is tough to get it to the hole, but that is a really bad miss right there, 9 feet short.
Chance now for Sergio if he can make this for par. And it was always out, so he's got something coming back. Meanwhile, Adam has this one for par.
And yes, a surprising 3-putt. As a matter of fact, if you're looking for the man who led the field in approach putt performance, it's that guy right there. Great touch all week, but gone there. Back to the 17th, where he hit a heroic shot yesterday.
And Sergio's already missed the green left, so all he needs to do is have a putt after this. It sounded a touch heavy to me on the air, and I'm sure he was anxious when that ball was in the air. But sigh of relief when he watches where this one bounces, because you just never know when that ball's in the air, and now he does know, and Adam Scott takes the command of this golf tournament.
You talked about Sergio missing the green left. I mean, this is a difficult shot. You got water on the other side of the green.
Well, he'd missed a number of shots to the right, a number of shots to the left, but gutted out a lot of par saves today, but he had his work cut out for him there at the 17th. Meanwhile, Adam Scott trying to extend his lead.
So he makes par there, stays at 9 under par. Sergio now with a must-make for par.
Yeah, must-make, and this putt does go towards the water more than players see. Sergio, that was a good putt. It's just easy to misread that. But now the margin, well, 2 shots.
18th hole is a hole that's yielded a lot of birdies, and here's Sergio needing to go for it from 240 out.
Well, only 5 players had found this green today, and with the whole location way over on the right, nobody had gotten closer than 54 feet. Sergio trying to hit the shot of the day. Actually might have hit somebody, pulled it, and now then it was pretty desperate. And when he didn't chip it in, it was all but in the books.
Yeah, Sergio did make a birdie, but Adam Scott had enough of a lead to go ahead and secure his victory, and that again would be his 12th official PGA Tour victory of his career. And I tell you, Adam Scott, many people thought that he was done. He can't putt. He's pretty much gone backwards, but man, he has shown that he has got plenty of resilience, and he fights back and wins on a very difficult golf course day. Sergio Garcia shoots that 71. He is 3 for 13 with at least a share of the 54-hole lead. He's failed to convert his last 5 54-hole leads into victories. He shot final round over par in each of those 5 tournaments. But this day belongs to Adam Scott, and after his victory, our Steve Burkowski caught up with the champion.
Back in the winner's circle on the PGA Tour for the first time since 2014. Adam, how was this final day for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great day for me now. It was tough out there at times. I felt I played well, but this course, bogeys easily pop up, and just a couple looser shots out there cost me and kept things very close. Sergio wasn't really going anywhere, and you know, it was good to hit a few good shots down the stretch and certainly around the bear trap to hang in there and manage to squeak out a win.
What were the emotions like as you tried to close this one out?
Well, there's no doubt around the bear trap the heart was racing a bit. It was nice to see the tee forward on 15, that's for sure, and have an 8-iron and not a 6-iron in there. And you know, I was just waiting for an opportunity, and today the yardages just weren't perfect coming in. It just made it challenging for me to hit it really close. It would have been a lot of risk, and I didn't think it was necessary. Unfortunately, I hit it too far away on 16 and 3-putted, but hit a great shot into 17, and that really put a lot of pressure on Sergio to get it up and down, and going into the last with a bit of a cushion was nice.
We spoke at length on Wednesday about your game. You felt it was in a good place, that you were on the right path. What does it mean to see it through with the win, to know that you're going in the right direction?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot to hit some good shots under pressure coming down the stretch, to make some good putts today. Even some of the putts that missed, they were so close, they felt like they could have gone in. I hit so many good ones, and that's pleasing for me. And you know, I know if I can just keep producing that same stuff, I'm going to be there week in and week out.
Adam, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Cheers, man.
And Adam Scott, as we mentioned, picked up his 12th PGA Tour victory, and with those 12 wins, Adam now has the most by any player currently on tour under the age of 40, breaking that tie with Rory McIlroy. Adam Scott and Sergio Garcia both looking to prove something today. They, of course, are proven winners, but they haven't won in a while. But Adam gets the victory today. From everything that you saw today, Brandon, what did you take away the most from Adam's performance?
Well, I'll probably remember the shot from the fairway bunker on the 12th more than anything. And I talk all the time about how much I think an advantage of swinging upright is. And one of those advantages is that you can pick the ball off of the turf. And I think that gives you much more versatility, besides the fact, and Brad Malone, his teacher, spoke to this before he started winning majors, but that was the change they made. Try to hit it higher so that they could stop it quicker and win major championships. And he ultimately did that. But when you start talking about some of the greatest pickers of all time, Tiger Woods from, say, 2000 to 2002 comes in mind. And one of the benefits of being able to pick it is right out of the fairway bunkers. If you remember going back to Tiger Woods at the PGA Championship at Valhalla, hopefully we'll see this video in a minute. It's one of the best shots you'll ever see. This is Adam Scott today out of the 12th fairway bunker, 150 yards. You see the problems that he was facing. Over the trees, water to the right, pivotal moment in the tournament. Looked like he could very easily make a bogey. And here's Tiger Woods. Of course, this is in 2001. Rich Beam ultimately went on and won, but Tiger Woods says that this is one of the best shots that he's ever seen. Ball well below his feet. That was with a 3-iron, I do believe, and he picked it out of there. And, of course, one of the great pickers of all time as well is a man by the name of Tom Watson. This coming on the 9th hole at Colonial in the final round, and a man who won 9 major championships. Tiger Woods with 14, Tom Watson with 9, and another man who could hit it. Fantastic shots, draw-jockeying shots out of fairway bunkers with Seve Ballesteros, of course. Tripp saw one of those shots at the Ryder Cup eons ago, and some say that Jack Nicklaus is the greatest fairway bunker player of all time. Of course, Jack hit it straight up in the air. He could pick it out of the fairway bunkers, and Adam Scott showed us yet again why an upright swing has advantages over a flat swing.
Yeah, and they would say when Jack would hit a bunker shot, not a grain of sand would move when he would hit those bunker shots. But you look at Adam Scott, and when you go through his career, the golf swing, I don't think anybody would not have him in their top 5 of technically sound golf swings. It is nearly perfection in every way. But what he did this week was not a surprise, at least as far as getting the ball close. We talked about this shot ad nauseum, the 11th hole, into a right-to-left wind, middle right hole location. He hit a high fade in there. Just beautiful, just a wonderful shot. Now, but we've seen this from Adam Scott. This is the type of consistency that we see week to week with his golf swing. This is after a quadruple bogey on 15. Fast forward to the next par 3 in the bear trap. This is round number 3. Adam Scott with a 6-iron, aimed it at the bunker, let the wind take it. Then today, the 5th hole, a par 3, difficult par 3. Today, a little downwind, so you had to be precise in exactly where you landed the ball. Adam Scott did that. But what has been different for Adam Scott, particularly last year, was not converting once he hits these beautiful shots in. In fact, inside of 10 feet last year, he was 169th on the PGA Tour. Coming into this week inside of 10 feet, he was 130th on the PGA Tour. Well, this week, he was dead solid. He was 11th inside of 10 feet this week. So that's the difference for Adam Scott. I love the work he's putting in. He's putting in a ton of work on the greens to get this putting stroke grooved. Brandel, you showed exactly how he's releasing the putter. It's paying off for Adam Scott because the good golf shots have been there. They've been there year after year. The difference is now the ball's going in the hole when he hits those shots. And when he does that, well, he's very difficult to beat.
And he is now the first player who was a predominantly anchored stroke putter to win now on the PGA Tour since the new rule change, which happened in 2016. I want you to go inside the head and the heart, both of you, of Adam Scott. Now he has tangible evidence that all that work that you talked about, Tripp, has paid off. And he has that victory. What kind of a relief is that for him?
A huge relief. He finished 4th last year in the U.S. Open. He finished 10th at the Open Championship. He was in the top 5 in both of those in greens and regulation. He had 126 putts at the U.S. Open. He had 129 putts, his worst effort of the year on the greens last year at the Open Championship. He knows if he just putts decent. He's putted decent each of the last 2 events that he's played, and he's finished 2nd and he's finished 1st. Here he is in 2016. He's just played a handful of events. He's got 2 second-place finishes, a 10th-place finish, and a victory. This could signal to everybody that perhaps we're a little premature in talking about the big 3 or the big 4 because this man can go shot for shot with anybody in the world of golf.
Well, and if you look at where he was, I mean, he was the best putter on the PGA Tour in 2004, #1 in strokes gained putting.
A lot younger, too.
A lot younger, no doubt, no question about it. But then he hit a really rough patch with the short putter, and his career, you know, until Greg Norman picked him for that President's Cup, he said that was a big thing in his trust in Greg Norman's trust in him. And then he went to the anchored putter with major championships, and we saw what it did for him there. You have to putt well in major championships. I think going forward, there might have been some angst. Is Adam Scott going to be back to that guy? That we got to remember, from 2011 Congressional, U.S. Open, all the way to the PGA last year, he had not missed a cut in a major championship. Remarkable consistency, and that speaks to not only good ball striking, but solid putting as well. Like you say, he doesn't have to be great. He just needs to be better than average. And if he does that, Adam Scott's going to probably add to the major totals when it's all said and done.
Not only the hindrance of missing putts, but it is distracting to have to work so hard on your putting. And I think that's a large part of what we saw last year. His ball striking, at least early on, wasn't up to standard. It came around later, and now his putting is right there as well. Matter of fact, he hasn't putted better since when he was prolifically good on the greens back in his younger days.
And maybe he's instilled some hope and some motivation to the guys who have been anchored putters for a long time, the Webb Simpsons, Keegan Bradleys, David Hearn, Carl Peterson, Tim Clark, those guys. Hey, you know what? You can make that transition.
I've never seen anybody, again, I say this all the time, I've never seen anybody go to the claw and not get better, the claw grip. I've never seen anybody go to it and not get better.
Hope you guys who need some putting advice are paying attention there. And Sergio Garcia, as we mentioned, coming up short. He is now 3 for 13 with a 54-hole lead, or at least a share of the lead on the PGA Tour. Shot a 71, a respectable 71 on a very difficult golf course. Comes in second, and after his round, our Steve Burkowski talked to him.
Tied at the top, beginning this final round, falling one short in the end. Sergio, what's your assessment of how this final day played out?
It was tough. It wasn't easy out there. Obviously, I'm not swinging that great. I managed to score very nicely throughout the whole week, and today was more of the same. You know, I hit some good shots, but you know, I didn't feel like I was firing in all cylinders like I would like to. But you know, at the end of the day, you gotta realize that it is a very challenging golf course. It's difficult. The wind was blowing in a different direction, which makes it makes it tough because it's kind of like playing a new course. But you know, Adam played great. I played with him the last 2 days. He played really good, really solid. Just missed a couple shots here and there, and you know, he deserved the win.
When things are just a bit off like that, how challenging is it to sort of stay on point and realize you're still in the tournament?
No, I mean, you are where you are, and you try. It doesn't mean that you're not trying as hard as you can. So I'm still trying the best I can every single round. Some days are better than others, but you know, I take a lot of good things out of it. So hopefully I can build from it and have a good decent year.
Sergio, appreciate the time all week.
Thank you, Steve.
And as we mentioned, his last 5 54-hole leads, or at least a shared lead on the PGA Tour, he has yet to convert those leads into victory. As a matter of fact, in all of those final rounds, he has shot over par, but he may carry some momentum into Doral next week, where he has played very well there. Stay with us as we continue here on Golf Central. Adam Scott, again the winner of the Honda Classic, will take you inside the media center and hear from Adam Scott in his press conference. Ricky Fowler had a very interesting week. He looked like a world beater his first 2 rounds. Weekend, not so much. We'll talk about that. Plus our moments of the week. And yeah, that, well, what okay, we'll show you that. We'll tell you what's going on here. That and much more as Golf Central continues.